We're part of Fired Up Sports Network of shows. Please check out other Fired Up Sports Network podcasts like the P-Lot Pod, Water Cooler Talk, Bell Smashers, Philly Sports Love and Pain, Drunk on Broad, Beer Battered Sports, and the Fired Up Sports Show, which are available on all major podcasting hosting sites and social media. Also, check out Mark Ramos' Roundup on firedupsports.com, which breaks down the happenings going on with all your favorite local teams.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Swinging a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers win the Stanley Cup for the lead. Yes!
Iverson, wow, what a fake off Daniels as he broke his ankles and got all the way to the cup.
What up?
I was muted. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yo, 5-0. Still haven't played a complete game. Fuck
Let's
y'all.
go.
Fuck y'all.
Y'all can go kick rocks with that nonsense.
You can
Tired
kick
of
rocks.
hearing about it.
And guess what? Chris, what's up, my brother? Fuck Dallas. Fuck Dallas. But also, fuck San Fran. So it's kind of hard. But it just made me laugh because Dallas got fucking boat raced. I'm not going to throw more than 10 interceptions in a game. And you threw some of the ugliest fucking picks.
Rich, I think the conversation is over. Like, it is no longer the 49ers, Cowboys, and Eagles.
Yeah.
You got boat raced. Like, you got your fucking ass handed to you.
Yeah.
And you also lost to Josh Dobbs and the Arizona Cardinals. Like, you are no longer in this conversation. It is not a three-horse race. This is a two-team race, which inevitably is going to collide. What is that, week 13 maybe? Like,
yeah.
This is not even competitive at all anymore. You're talking about a team that's 5-0, right? And I'll give it to the 49ers. They've offensively and defensively have looked very impressive.
Yeah.
But they still got to come here and play. And I really feel like in week 13, we're really going to be having the conversation about that's the game that's going to decide home field advantage.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, it was glorious to sit and watch the fucking Cowboys just get, I don't even know what the name is, mollywopped. Like, they got their fucking, like, just doors blown off. I was there for it all. It was great.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
But the Eagles earlier on in the day, right? Like, they looked real, like, this out of all of the games that they've played, this was their best game. And Rich, something I want to touch on, because we give our predictions every week, we give our key play every week, but this was a very rare occasion, Rich, because I feel like all three of us made predictions.
Yes,
that all came through, right? So, Rich, you had. If I'm going back, I want to look at it. Your prediction came true, right? You had the what did you have? You had, hold on.
I had Jalen Carter with a strip sack fumble, and Hassan Reddick picks it up. But I had Jalen Carter outperforming Aaron Donald.
So you had that. Joe called the Hassan Reddick 2-sack game, right? And I called the Jalen Carter or the Jalen Hurts get right game. I feel like we all, like, the numbers don't match up, but we all kind of hit on
our main relevant points
of how this game played out. And even though this is their best game, there's still a lot of room for improvement, which is scary.
Yeah, I mean, they still haven't played a complete game. They really haven't. Both sides of the ball, it's been one of those things that we're finding ways to win, which is fantastic. Mm-hmm. But we haven't seen it all compounded together, which we will. I'm starting to I'm just putting this out there. I'm our defensive coordinator. How do you say his name?
Oh, Desai.
Desai. I am not a fan of Desai. I am throwing this out there. It kind of is just giving me Gannon flashbacks, and the talent is outweighing the whatchamacallit. So we have talent that is outweighing the coaching because he is not making any adjustments of note. The Darius Slay still playing 10 yards off of a guy. If you see Eli Ricks, and listen, I think Eli Ricks did a good job against Cooper Kupp. It's Cooper Kupp, okay? You know what Cooper Kupp's going to do. I think he did a fantastic job because he made every single fucking tackle, and he played him tight when those balls were thrown over his head. But where's the adjustment from the coach telling him, okay, force him to the outside, make him pick a different route from the route tree? Where's Desai saying any of this? And that's what I don't like. I don't think the adjustments are coming. And if they're coming a little too late. Darius Slay should not be playing 10 yards off the ball. And Eli Ricks should be forcing Cooper Kupp to go outside. Just automatically start with your body turned so Cooper Kupp has to go to the outside. Cut off that middle. How was that hard to do? So
here's what I'll say. So Cooper Kupp has what? He has 90 plus, 94. I think it was 94 yards going into the half. And if I'm looking, he ends the game with 118, right? So I feel like, and Nakua the same way, right? He had, I think, 45 yards in the first half, and then he ends the game with 71. The part that I agree with you is that they were getting their doors blown off on the same fucking route all fucking first half.
That's all it was a fucking slant route.
And that's where you let Stafford excel, where he is good. He's good in that line of scrimmage, 15 yards. But if he's got to throw the ball more than 15 yards, which you saw him have to do in the second half, there were plenty of routes where the game looks a little bit different if any of those plays connect, because he overthrew Kupp and Nakua and guys that, Tutu Atwell, he overthrew those guys on multiple times where that could be a very, very different route, a very, very different game if any of those plays connect. So I feel like in one sense, in the first half, why does it take you so long to make that adjustment? But I feel like in the second half, you saw the pressure affect Stafford's timing to throw the ball, which is where this team excels. So what I'm looking for is that's how you have to start the game. You can't let that play out for an entire half before you now make that adjustment, especially going into a week, and we'll talk about it later, with the Jets and Zach Wilson. So I loved I really did like the second half adjustment, Rich, but also the thing that we have to consider, right, is the time of possession. Because the time of possession murdered the Rams. I think the final number was 37-55 for the Eagles, and I think 22-05 for the Rams. Yeah. So they basically had the ball for 2/3 of the game. When you hold the ball for that long, you don't even give the Rams the opportunity to be able to get the ball. And their second half possessions were they all ended in punts or turnover on downs. So like they really did make some good adjustments in the second half, but
yeah,
you're going to come up against a gauntlet of teams.
Yeah.
When you go up, you're going to have the
Dolphins game. You got to make those adjustments against those Dolphins like this. Yeah. Those adjustments can't come to the second half because all of a sudden you'll be down 27-20. Because the Eagles are going to score with them, but it's going to be one of those games where you need to get crucial stops. And I'm not saying Desai is a bad coach. I just don't. I didn't like how Seattle's defense fizzled out at the end of last year. And I don't like what I see on multiple drives and multiple Darius Slays just hanging back 10 yards. They should be getting more pressure. I love the fact that Morrow is playing like a fucking man possessed.
Yeah.
And Jalen Carter is just proving to be a guy who is just a fucking nut. Who is just
Let's talk about him.
He's a man.
It's just the way that he is able to dominate the line of scrimmage. And this is something we talked about going into the Rams game, right? Fletcher Cox not playing, elevated role from Jalen Carter. And man, he just disrupts every play that he's on.
Yeah.
He is able to he's pushing two guys into the backfield. The play where he gets the 16-yard sack. He destroys the dude on a swim move. Like he clubs the guy with the right hand, swims over with the left hand, and is in the backfield instantaneously, and he's able to get to Stafford almost before he even has the opportunity to get set up. It's just every play is disruptive. He's able to get into the backfield. He's getting down the line. He's able to get anywhere he wants.
He oh my God. It's just watching him play is just ridiculous. And you just see how dominant he is going to be because you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And thank you to every single fucking team who passed on him because he would be a cornerstone on anyone's defense for the next 10 fucking years. And 100%. We have him on that defensive line. He makes Sweat play that much better. He makes Brandon Graham fucking destroyed someone on Sunday.
Oh God, yeah.
Watching. And Jalen Carter is doing everything that a vet should be doing. Inspiring, forcing everybody to play to his caliber because no one wants to be left in the shadow of this rookie, right? No one wants to sit there and be like, oh, okay, it's a rook, I'm not going to get outplayed by him, but he is outperforming fucking everyone.
How about
he's
Jordan Davis?
Making everybody a monster. What'd you say?
Jordan Davis.
Oh, Jordan Davis is just playing like a monster.
Right, like playing and those two guys playing next to each other. Literally just one pushing the other to see who can get to the quarterback first. Jordan Davis really impressive in the run game too, where he struggled last year. And you saw those pangs of that rookie wall that he hit. But you're really starting to see a slimmed down, more professional version that playing next to this guy, it just, like you said, it just wants to elevate the play even more and more, Rich. Here's some stats with Jalen Carter, right? And this is not rookie stats. This is all the NFL. Number one in pressures with 23. Number one in hurries with 17. Number 3 in sacks with 3.5. Like, my man is going to be this is not like rookie first team. This is like all pro.
He already is playing all pro.
Like,
he's playing all fucking world right now. It
is incredible. It is really incredible. It's incredible to see. If
he's not the best tackle in football, I don't know who is. To be honest with you, I really don't know who is. I don't think there's anybody in the league better than him right now.
Well, and listen, the guy that he went up against, right? And this is the let's throw some flowers at Jeff Stoutland, because the way that this offensive line was able to neutralize Aaron Donald was like beyond impressive. And it seemed like whatever direction Aaron Donald was lining up, it seemed like Kelsey kind of shaded that way, and just kind of they just put two guys on him every time. Even to the point where, did you see the one replay where for some reason, Aaron Donald lines up on the outside of Suopeta and he ends up matched up with Lane Johnson because they kind of slide the line down, and Lane Johnson literally rides him all the way past Jordan Mailata on the complete opposite side. Like
it's what you have to do. They took him out of the game.
You saw the game earlier, like the game in the week before when they're playing the Colts, and Aaron Donald destroyed that game. Like if you and to hear Sirianni talk, like the amount of time and effort and focus that has to be put on Aaron Donald has to be there, because if you don't, he negates the rest of your entire game plan.
Yeah. Eagles literally showed you how to beat them, but the Eagles also advantage offensive line. And I mean, the linebacking crew for the Rams is terrible. They could not stop Dallas Goedert to save their life. It shouldn't have been that close, but again, Eagles weren't able to capitalize on some drives, and some drives were just extended because they couldn't stop Cooper Kupp. But we're still 5-0. Yeah. Biggest takeaways from this game: the secondary will be fine if they stay healthy. The linebacking play that they're getting from Morrow and Cunningham is phenomenal. They're not world beaters, but they're doing a fucking great job.
Right.
And who's better than Jalen Carter? That's my takeaways. Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts. Swole Batman is Swole Batman. Devontae wasn't really involved as much. I think you saw on the one play, I forget who it was. I think it was Jason, our group chat said he was trying to force the ball to Devontae Smith. He didn't see Quez Watkins wide open. Quez would have dropped it anyway. So I'm not really worried about it. That shit would have hit Quez right in the hands. He would have dropped it. I am so over Quez. I really am. That fucking screenplay that was perfectly blocked. This fucking goofball tries to go to the outside. All he had to do was run straight, and he had 30 yards. No.
And on third down, that was a 3rd and 3?
Yeah, and he loses 2 yards because he decides to run fucking sideways to the outside.
Well, that shit has no awareness. That's the type of shit Miles Sanders used to do.
Exactly like Miles Sanders used to do the stupid shit where he would just try to bust it to the outside when the blocking is telling you, turn it up and go on the inside. Nope. Quez Watkins goes, hey, let's have some fun, and take it to the outside. Quez has no awareness. He has no field presence. He doesn't even scare teams. The
thing that's hard is, like, you hear Sirianni talk about his speed and how elite his speed is and how that changes how teams have to guard. And I get the speed, but if you
can't catch and execute, then speed means nothing.
Right? Like, to me, Rich, what I saw from him this weekend cements everything I need to know to have Zacchaeus play that slot spot, because I know I can drop him down in space and get, like, you may not have the over the top elite speed, but you know that he's going to catch the ball. The dude is just a professional receiver. So I'm looking at this going, Zacchaeus has got to be he has to be the number 3 guy on this.
Yes.
In this wide receiver group. Right. So here are my takeaways, Rich. The O-line, special. Special. The way that they're able to control the clock. They're taking that 4-minute end the game drive, and they're doing it with 9-minute drives.
Yeah.
Like, they are just like burning teams into the ground on those end of the, like, this is, I want to say, the 2nd or 3rd game where they ended the game on a 9+ minute drive. Like they are just not giving the ball when they get the ball in the fourth quarter. They are just and they got the lead. Good fucking luck because they are just not getting the ball.
No, they're not.
Hurts probably had his best game.
Yes.
Should
have been better.
And it could have been better, right?
Been
Still
better.
throws for 300 plus yards, right? If the interception
Still
in the
ran
end
for
zone,
I think like 60.
right? If the interception at the end of the half, or if the AJ Brown catch in the end of the half, right? And the play that he throws into the end zone for a touchdown or for an interception, those two plays, right? And this game, and this is the part I want to talk about. Their red zone stuff has really got to get fixed before they start this, because they're going to play the Cowboys, they're going to play the Dolphins, Cowboys, and then Chiefs, Bills. I forget who the fuck is in that stretch, but they got 6 games in a row where they're going to need it. So, and they're at the bottom of the league. Like, I think they're 24th or 25th in red zone efficiency, right? But having 6 red zone possessions and only coming away with points on 2 of them, that's not good. Like, you're not even, like, there were possessions that they were getting in the red zone where they're not even getting field goals because they were either they're giving it up on fourth, they're not converting on fourth down, or they're turning the ball over. And when you're playing these teams coming up, that can't happen. Goddard had a real, like, that he had his coming out party. The thing that I don't want to see going into this Jets game, I don't want to see them force a Devontae game. I know he's pressing because he's like, I'm trying to get back to where I was. I'm trying to get that 1,000-yard season. He'll have his day.
Oh, he will.
This is like, you got to pick your poison. Who are they going to take away? And whoever they take away, right? If Sauce Gardner is on, if he's going to shadow AJ Brown all day, right? Then that might leave Devontae open on some passes. The Jet safeties suck.
Yeah.
Is this another Goddard game? They are going to get pressure up front, but I just don't want to see a forced possession from not a forced possession, a forced like Devontae game. I know that they're going to get on the ball at some point, but you got to keep doing what has been working, which is giving the ball
giving the ball to Swift.
Like, so, Rich, talk about that for a little bit. The difference between DeAndre Swift and then what we saw last year from Miles Sanders. And Miles Sanders still ran for over 1,000 yards last year, but the difference in the style of running with this offensive line.
It's simple. It's one cut and go, not dance, shake, make a decision. And as fast as DeAndre Swift is, he is showing patience behind that line. He does a little stutter step, makes his in cut, makes his out cut, hits the hole, and goes for 3 to 7 yards a pop. He's been super fucking hard to tackle. Yeah. This man is rejuvenated playing here. He is playing like I've never seen him play before. I don't know what it is that he's drinking in his water bottle, but he needs to keep on it. And I think
he's been
winning also
cures
up. Oh, his dad is a monster. His dad's a monster.
His dad reminds
me of James Harrison. That's
Jesus,
of how big he is.
He's like no neck, arms like thighs, like it's wild.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts that he is that big. And then you look at DeAndre Swift and it's like, oh, okay.
But Rich, so in our group chat, right? Jay had mentioned at one point the comparison between AJ Brown and Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
So some statistics. There's an account that I follow called Word on the Birds, and they put together side-by-side statistics for the 21 game stretch of TO versus AJ Brown's first 21 games. So in terms of receptions, right, in that 21 game stretch, TO's got 124, AJ Brown 117. Yards, TO 1936, AJ Brown 1910. TO 20 touchdowns, AJ Brown 13.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. One, it shows me how special TO was in that 21 game stretch that we had him. But two, to see a player as elite as AJ Brown is, you got Titans fans looking sideways, going, "What the fuck are they doing? How did you not see the value in paying this dude?"
The Titans are stupid. The Titans are stupid.
Yes, 100%.
Honestly, how I look at it is they honestly thought that AJ Brown wasn't this good. They also, this is what I'm thinking, and they also thought that is a position that is easily replaced. It is not.
Nope.
And you see that. I think their GM thought that AJ Brown was a running back, and we're like, it's okay. We have Derrick Henry. We don't need him. And then after he was traded, they realized, oh, fuck, that's not a running back. That's a wide receiver one. Let's draft Treylon Burks because he's as big and as fast,
right?
But is softer than baby shit and can't stay on the field. So let's play the game of what if instead of proven commodity. And this is why you pay wide receiver one money.
100%.
And we honestly have him for a steal compared to what people only got. And you have the turmoil right now in Minnesota. Justin Jefferson isn't going to rush back from that injury. Yeah. My man is – I didn't think the hamstring was that bad looking at it. And now they're putting him on the injured reserve. And now they're looking at Colt McCoy. I think something might be in the works because I think Minnesota realizes this ain't it. It's time to blow it up. And wide receiver one might be wide receiver one somewhere else, which is kind of crazy to see where he would end up.
Oh my God. And to see what you would get back. I mean, you're talking about a top, like we're not talking top tier. Like he is the top of the cream of the crop. It would not surprise me if Kirk Cousins ends up in New York with the Jets. If they put together some kind of package for him, because he's a professional.
He could honestly go Birds, E-Money, go Birds. He could honestly go to the Jets for just this season and help turn this season around. And it would just be fucking crazy to see that because
it would be wild.
They would instantly become contenders because they actually have a competent quarterback with the weapons that they have. The hardest part to me is what deal can you get done with Minnesota? You're not re-signing Kirk Cousins. He hits the market and then goes to a place like Tennessee, goes to a place as you would like to think maybe the Raiders would kick their tires on. Saints, maybe. I mean, they just signed Derek Carr to some big money. Tampa Bay. I don't think Tampa Bay is going to make that trade now because they don't have the money. But let's see. It would just be interesting because I love seeing these moves, and fuck the Vikings for their skull shit trying to take over the art museum. This is what happens. You don't fuck with Rocky because bad things happen, and it might happen right away, like instant justice, like you lose the NFC title game, and then all of a sudden your team turns to dog shit, and you have a generational wide receiver who is like, fuck this. And honestly, it makes me laugh because you see the same shit. I love when Joe Burrow got called out from Jamar Chase, and then all of a sudden Jamar Chase goes nuclear. And it's like, Yeah, my man is always open.
Yeah,
I should
right?
probably be trying to throw him the ball.
But
I guess
so
I'm overcomplicating things.
No, so as far as Justin Jefferson's contract, he's a restricted free agent after next season. So you'd be
Yes.
getting whatever the trade if they do decide to just move on, you're talking about you're getting him for a year plus.
Yeah.
So maybe
I was
that
talking for
enhances the
Cousins
value.
who you'd have to pay because he's got his money.
But like if someone comes in and blows the doors off Minnesota and Minnesota is they're in complete tank mode. I mean, you could get multiple players and multiple picks for a guy that could be franchise altering. I'm here for it all. I love it.
I am with you.
Rich, how about this? How about we take a commercial break? We'll come back. We'll talk Eagles, Jets, and then we'll talk some fun NFL geographical realignment on the back end.
I like it.
Von C. Brewing Company is a 20-barrel, 16,000-square-foot microbrewery with a 2,500-square-foot tasting room, including a spacious outside beer garden in Norristown, PA, in the heart of Montgomery County. The Von C. family is part of the family that started C. Schmidt and Son Brewing in 1860. Stop in Wednesday through Sunday and taste a variety of draft and 16-ounce cans of originally brewed beer and tell them the Drunk on Broad crew sent you. Von C. Brewing is located at 1210 Stenbridge Street, Suite 300 in Norristown. Cheers.
Team Clicks are the only glasses for real sports fans. With interchangeable arms, you can support all of your favorite teams, or even make and create custom options as well. These die-hard sports fans have realized that sports fans needed something other than face paint to show their love and passion for their teams. Go to teamclicks.com/DOB and show your love for your hometown team.
La Tourain's curated collection of men's and women's watches is a perfect investment that lasts for years to come and fits perfectly with your every outfit and style. Our range of classic watches aren't just a great perfect formal and casual accessory, but a time machine that takes you back to memories. Explore our collection of timeless watches that can reflect your taste, personality, and personal style. Our exclusive collection of carefully curated, affordable luxury watches is what you need to make a personalized style statement. You can take pride in your prized possession, handing it over to the next generations as your most loved asset that they can also own and display with the same pride. These high-quality pieces stand the test of time, giving exceptional value and return on your investment. Go to la-tourain.com and use code DOB at checkout and get 10% off.
If you're looking for unique sports apparel, check out Streaker Sports. They've dug deep into the archives and have brought back some incredible defunct team logos and have even created entire defunct league collections. They also have collections paying homage to sports culture, including the Miracle on Ice, Slap Shot, Caddyshack, the Mighty Ducks, and even have a license with Wiffle Ball and USA Hockey. Only for Drunk on Broad listeners, use code BROAD at checkout to get 10% off anything at streakersports.com. Again, that's 10% off anything at streakersports.com with discount code BROAD.
Well, we're back. We're back. Oh, we're back. Rich, you're on mute. I can't hear you.
Okay, the commercial was playing.
Listen, it wouldn't be another Drunk on Broad episode if we weren't having some technical difficulties. Rich, the Eagles are going to take the Jets up in New York for they got that 4:30 slot on Sunday. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of buses up to New York with the all the sports trips. Oh, P.S. Wanted to mention that real quick before we go.
Yes.
Talk about the Jets.
Talk
about the fucking takeover in LA. Because every time they panned to the crowd, it was Kelly Green everywhere. I feel like it appeared as though it was like an 8-2 ratio. Like for every it was, and especially by the end of the game, most of those fans had already left. Like they took over that entire stadium.
No, it was insane. I'm sorry. It was absolutely insane. It's literally Philadelphia West is all it is. It's Lincoln Financial West. Everywhere we go, everywhere the Eagles go, the fans follow. It's not one of those things that you look at and they go, "Oh yeah, some Eagles fans in attendance," or like scattered jersey here or there. It's a fucking takeover. And if you think that there aren't Eagles fans that are going up to MetLife, you're wrong. Like that place is going to be absolutely insane. And it's going to be the wrong green. It's going to be our green. It's Adam, what's up, buddy? It's not going to be it's not going to be the Jets. Yeah, the Jets are going to have their crowd, but the Birds are going to take over. And you love to see it because it happens week in and week out. There's never an away game.
Right.
There's never an away game.
The Philly Sports Trips does a great job because when they started out, they picked like 2 or 3 games. Now there is legit a trip for every away game. They have the tailgates for all the home games. But they're doing something really cool actually. For the game that is at the beginning of November against the Cowboys, they are doing a Birds Fly Home trip. They are flying people from Europe to Philadelphia. They're flying people from a completely other country that are fans of this team into this city for the week of that Dallas game.
It's gonna be nuts.
It's just wild. It's wild to see, and it's such a cool thing to see your city represented, and it really does speak to how the narrative of the fans and the perception of Philadelphia fans around the country is really changing.
Oh yeah,
because you're seeing the players talk about it.
Yeah,
and that to me is that's like the ultimate thank you.
Especially when AJ Brown goes away game, away game when he's got his phone out. There's no away games when it comes to the Eagles. There isn't.
It's not. It's wild, but it's cool. So they're going to go up. They're going to take on the Jets. Offensively, right? I think the key for me is you got to control the clock.
Yes,
you got to be able to run the ball, right? But you're gonna face a really stout defense. When you're talking about a guy like Quentin Williams, who's a guy that can really, really just be a game wrecker. And CJ Mosley is a linebacker that is going to be, kind of running. He's like that rover, the guy that's just running all over the field. And then you got Sauce Gardner on the corners. So to me, if you can take your strength, which is this offensive line, and use it to control the clock, run the ball,
yes,
wear them down, and then use those opportunities when they crowd the line to then throw the ball over top. Because I think where they're vulnerable is up the middle. Yeah. So for me, I'm looking at how to best attack this Jets defense.
Yes,
is put strength on strength.
Well, what you're going to do is the main focus is you got to shut down Breece. You shut down Breece Hall, and you force. What you do is you legit force Zach Wilson to throw the ball, and I think that is the hardest thing for the Jets to do is to rely on Zach Wilson. Relying on Zach Wilson to throw the ball, especially when you're behind, will cause him to make mistakes. The Jets have a spectacular defense. The Jets are well coached. They're just missing that quarterback element. Yeah. Shout out to two pump chump Johnson & Johnson boy Aaron Rodgers, shout out. Guys, protect yourself and your family, get vaccinated. If not, go in a sweat lodge with Aaron Rodgers and lick his butthole. Maybe it'll keep you immune to rational thought.
We're officially off the rails.
Yeah, we're officially off the rails because Aaron Rodgers and rational thoughts don't actually mean anything. I'm sorry. Back to the Jets. Yeah, don't forget their defense is tough. Sauce is going to be covering A.J. Brown, but I love that matchup. I want to see A.J. Brown attack him because he's been attacking corner ones all year, and he's going to continue to do it. And Jalen Hurts threw some pretty fucking passes. Some bad ones this week, again, with some pressure in his face, but that one pass to the sideline for A.J. Brown should have came up with it. Didn't. That was a spectacular throw. Force Zach Wilson to throw the ball. Keep running the ball. Keep pounding it down their throat. Set up the play action. Look for Dallas Goedert. Look for whatchamacallit. You got Dallas Goedert you want to look for. You want to look for the running backs coming out. You want to see what Swifty is going to be doing. Right. And let's be real. I don't see the Eagles losing this game. It would be the ultimate of ultimate trap games. I don't feel like this is a trap game because I don't think Zach Wilson can do it. And I believe the Jets lost one of their best offensive linemen.
Yeah, because currently, Rich, I'm looking at the Jets depth chart, and Mekhi Becton is listed as both the left and right tackle.
Yeah, because they lost one of their better Vera, I think it was. They lost on Sunday.
Vera Tucker, yeah.
Yeah, Vera Tucker, they lost him. So it's kind of one of those things where you're looking at it as how can you make the best of this game and what can you do to beat the Jets? And most of it is let the Jets beat themselves and get up early. Getting up early against this Jets team forces Zach Wilson to throw the ball where mistakes are always made. Yeah. You can't have interception without Dak Prescott, Zach Wilson, Jordan Love, and Mac Jones. I mean, all four of those guys go hand in hand for interceptions. Force him to throw the ball, press him. I think we get home early and often. And I think – sorry.
No, you're right.
I inhaled some spit. And I'm getting too fired up over here. I'm salivating at the thought of Jalen Carter having a 3-sack game.
Oh.
And I think that's where it's going to be.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if you look at where the Jets most vulnerable, it's at the most important position. And it really the injury to Aaron Rodgers really just highlights how important that quarterback position is in the NFL, right? Because you can have all the talent around him, and if you look at the talent pool that's around Zach Wilson, right? Breece Hall has been impressive. Garrett Wilson looks great, and then you've got Allen Lazard and Randall Cobb, which are guys that are not superstars, but they're professional receivers. But if you put Zach Wilson in a position where he has to make plays, where he's got to bring the Jets back, that's where I'm looking at their red zone conversion this week and going, on those first 2-3 drives, you got to put sixes up on the board. Like if you can control the clock, right? Think about those possessions that they get the ball at some point in the first quarter and have a 7-8 minute drive, go down and get 6, immediately put the Jets on their heels. They feel like they got to match you 1-for-1, turn them over, go right back down and get like jump on their neck early, put 14 points up in the first quarter and really put them on their heels. They're not going to be able to hand Breece Hall the ball because they're going to have to try to put Zach Wilson in a position where he's going to have to make plays. And if you do that, now I'm looking at Darius Slay and James Bradbury going, all right, y'all got to eat. Like if he's going to be in a position, he's going to leave something out there for you. So go handle your business and go take care of that, because I'm looking at them and going, this is a guy who's vulnerable. He can be had if they want to. And Jalen Carter is right on the top of that list, Rich. I think you're right on. I think he's a guy who, this might be he or someone on that defensive line is going to record 2+ sacks.
I don't see why the Eagles can't be up 21-0 going into halftime.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think this is a 35-10 game. I don't think it's remotely close. And you're looking at a 7+ sack game for the Eagles. I think with Vera Tucker being out and the way that this defensive line is playing, the way the Jets' offensive line is banged up, and the way that we are able to stop the run, I do think it's more than probable for the Eagles to be able to have a 7+ sack game and forcing Zach Wilson to just be fucking terrified. Deer in headlights all game. And how we did Washington last year with the 8 sacks, I think that's how we're doing.
You think that's how it plays out?
I think that's how it plays out. I don't see how it doesn't. I really don't. I'm just looking. I watched the Jets versus the Broncos game and how brutal that was.
Oh, that was bad.
If Russell Wilson doesn't suck, Jets lose the game. But that's what happens when your quarterback throws like 17 passes for 63 yards. I mean, you're not going to win. And that's who Russell Wilson is right now. But going back to the Jets, defense is stout, but we're going to put up points. We're going to put them up in bunches. You're going into the half 21-0, already got 5 sacks. End the game 35-10. Eagles just cruise. You see a little bit of Marcus Mariota in the fourth quarter.
Ooh.
And yeah, you don't even need to play Jalen in the fourth. You just take him out. Jalen ends the game with 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, runs in another one, and you kind of just dominate from there. Another 110, 120-yard game from Swifty, maybe a defensive touchdown or 2, and you call it a day.
I like it. Listen, I'm here for it all. I think where, and I was kind of thinking in that 21 or not 21, like the 28, 31 range. Like if the Eagles can put up 31 points, and be up, 34, 38, 10. I think you're going to be in a position where I just don't see this offense putting up points against this defense. Because I think you're going to see the real Zach Wilson. I think what you saw against the Chiefs was more of a mirage than it was reality. I really think this is just a rocking chair ride, but I'm looking on defense, right, Rich? You talked about 7+ sacks. I'm going to say that they have at least 3 turnovers.
Okay.
Whether it's interceptions, whether it's fumbles, and I think one of them, I think you're going to get a defensive touchdown. But I think I'm going to go 38, 10.
Okay.
Something like that. I think they get a touchdown late. That is completely meaningless, but
yeah.
No, I think it's a rocking chair ride, and then I think you pack your bags, you go back home, and you get ready for this Kelly Green game against the Dolphins.
That's going to be awesome. Yeah, it's going to be exciting, and I completely agree with you. Hello, Callie Jane. Go ahead, Cal. Go upstairs.
Yeah.
Go.
But
your podcast for the dogs is tomorrow. For the dogs. Yeah, she's with the Cleveland Browns. I don't understand, but it's the dog pound. It got her, and she just wanted to be in it. She just likes crapping all over them. That's what dogs do. But yeah, Don, what's your play of the game?
I think I'm going back on defense. I think that at some point there's either the Hassan Reddick strip sack that gets returned for 6, or I think Slay or Bradbury get a pick 6.
I agree. I am going to say Eli Ricks getting his first career interception. And you're going to see Jalen Carter, 3 sacks, unlimited amount of pressures, and I'm going to say 2 forced fumbles, and one of them is going to be picked up and ran back for a touchdown. Not sure who, but that's what I'm feeling. I think it's I'm putting the league on notice. Jalen Carter for rookie defensive player of the year and possible defensive player of the year.
So, Rich, real quick before we jump into something fun, Bradley Roby, who they brought in on Tuesday of last week, suits up and plays in this game, has 4 targets, only allows 2 receptions, and for a total of -4 receiving yards. Not bad for a guy they just picked up off the street on Tuesday.
Not bad at all.
So he's a guy that I'm looking at that might slide into that slot.
I mean, it's his spot. It's his spot.
Yeah.
But I do want to see a little bit of Eli Ricks, and I think it would be phenomenal.
I love it
to see that kid get his interception, and I think it's one of many. One of many.
All right, Rich, we're gonna save the geographic realignment because I really want to dive into that.
Yeah, that'd be.
I want to talk about I'm in a Jersey quandrum because I'm a Jersey guy. I got jerseys out the wazoo. I got the new Kelly Green, Brandon Graham one. I got the old Reggie White one. I got the closet's full of them. Lacey's not listening. P.S. Because she doesn't know that this one exists either.
I'm not telling her. I'm not telling her. She's not watching. She's not right now.
She don't watch the show. So week 1, I was wearing a hoodie, never put the jersey on at the beginning of the game. And as stupid and superstitious as it is, right? We all know that when you wear something and then they win.
Yep.
There's part of me that feels like stupidly obligated to wear it because I know mentally it really has no effect on the game at all. But if I don't and they lose, then I blame myself. But I really want to wear the jersey. So do I dive, wear the jersey, or do I just ride the sweatshirt until an L?
No, you're going to wear the jersey this week, Don.
I am.
You are.
Woo!
You're wearing the jersey this week because it's the Jets, Don.
Okay.
And if your jersey's the reason we lose, we have bigger issues, I think, Don. I think we have bigger things.
Okay. All right. So I guess then so now I got to pick a jersey. Okay. I'm saving the Brandon Graham one. I'm saving the Brandon Graham one for next week. I'm saving that one for the Dolphins.
I like that.
But I normally like to try to match up whatever color they're wearing.
Okay.
So I got to wait and see what they're going to wear when they go to the Jets. Now, they've been wearing a lot of white, which I have a white. The only white jersey that I have a Harold Carmichael jersey, and I have a Reggie White one.
Okay.
But I'm thinking if it's a midnight green, I've got a Hurts jersey that I bought with the Super Bowl patch on it.
Okay.
That might be the green go-to.
I like
Normally
that.
the black go-to is a Dawkins.
Yeah. Oh yeah, B-Dog, baby. B-Dog. But I mean, you can't go wrong with either one. But yes, you're wearing the jersey, Don. Enjoy that jersey this week, buddy. Enjoy.
I got it. I needed someone to talk me off this irrational ledge of like knowing that I was being irrationally like way too dialed into wearing the same sweatshirt.
I just wear my Eagles shorts. I mean, that's pretty much my staple. Doesn't matter which shirt. No Eagles shirt, just my Eagles shorts. That's what I wear watching the games. It's just, it's been working. Just a regular T-shirt and my Eagles shorts, and I call it a day. Not even my hat, not even my tricky jersey. Nope, it's just my pants, my shorts. And you know what? I'm going to keep wearing them because they're comfy and I love them, and I'm wearing them now. So that's what I do. That's what I do.
Nice.
But Don, I think we should talk about the other fun topic of other places to have a game.
Let's talk about it. All right, so they expand to the NFL to Europe. They play these games at 9:30 in the morning on Sundays. Listen, it gives everybody like 16 straight hours of football if you really want it.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about places where you would play that are non-traditional NFL, but within the United States.
Okay.
So if you had to pick some places to play games in the NFL, and it could be specific to a team.
On an aircraft carrier.
You want to play a football game on an aircraft carrier in the middle of the ocean.
In the middle of the ocean. Tsunami season. that just has an ESPN 30 for 30 10-part series on why did the Bears and Vikings go out to sea to start clean.
That's funny. You have any place in mind?
I would want to see them play at Penn State. I would want to see a packed 80,000 plus people in that arena. That is something that I would like for them. I would like to see that. I think that would be interesting in a college stadium.
If you put Eagles Steelers
perfect
at Penn State, right?
Why not?
I guarantee you would have zero issues putting 110,000 people in there to watch Eagles Steelers.
Easy. There should be, for teams in the same state, there should be a rivalry game. And I think it should be every year. I think we're going to talk about the geographic locations and resculpting the league. But I think, Steelers versus Eagles should be a matchup. I think you should do Texans and Cowboys as a matchup. Do Oakland, well, not Oakland anymore. Do San Fran, versus the Chargers, because San Fran already plays.
You ready for this, Rich?
Yes.
What if you play LA and San Fran in the baseball stadium?
Which one?
The baseball with the Giants with the McCovey Cove.
McCovey Cove. Right, that'd be cool.
Right?
That'd be cool. I miss those old the baseball stadiums with the Raiders and right? I think it was like Miami, right? Down in Miami.
Yeah. When they played for Robbie.
Yeah, when you would see them run on the dirt. I'm like, that was always cool to see.
All right, I got another one for you. Jets and Giants, Yankee Stadium.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
Because they've done football, right? They have the Yankee Stadium hosts a bowl game.
Yeah.
Right. So they've done football before. They do the Pinstripe Bowl.
I think that would be fucking cool.
Okay. Trying to think where else.
A game at Fenway.
Fenway would be cool. Who would you play at Fenway?
Patriots, Bills.
Okay. I like it. I'm trying to think where I'm trying to think of like some other places.
I would want to see the Dolphins play the Jaguars at Atlantis.
Oh, like the Bahamas Bowl.
Bahamas Bowl.
Okay.
Like that would be cool. Like view of the ocean. Like fans on one side, ocean on the other. I don't know. I just think it would be cool just to see some shit like that. I think it would just be fun. But you can play all different places, different college stadiums. Just, going back to the different baseball stadiums where, it would just be fun to see the crossover again. And it would be freaking awesome to see yes, Penn State hosts the Pennsylvania rivalry game and Yankee Stadium, Battle of New York in Yankee Stadium. Like,
Right.
I just think the hype and the playing at that location would just be fucking cool. Because, I mean, the Yankees aren't seeing October for quite some time anymore. So you could definitely schedule a game there. And same thing, Houston and Dallas playing like Minute Maid or wherever the Astros play now. Like, I think that would be cool. But, just a little food for thought. 'Cause, we're going to Mexico. We're going to London.
So they've been playing. So they've got games in Germany. They're playing in Frankfurt. They're going to play in
When are they
England.
playing in Germany?
Where are they playing?
When?
Oh, when?
Does that start this year or next year?
No, that's this year. They're gonna one of the. I think that's the Chiefs game. The international Chiefs game is. I thought I heard Travis Kelce talking about it on their show.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna play. But then they play the game. They play one of the games in Mexico City. Sometimes the Bills will play the game in Toronto. So
yeah, we haven't seen one of those. We haven't seen a Canada game.
No, and I'm also kind of intrigued about the spring leagues, right? The USFL and the XFL are going to combine.
Yeah,
I feel like it's like inevitable at some point that it becomes like a minor league feeder system into the NFL.
As it should be. You should be able to demote and promote players. Or the worst team do it like soccer. The worst team gets sent down, and the winner gets sent up.
The relegation.
Relegation.
That would be fucking wild.
And your first pick has to play in the fucking whatchamacallit league. Has to play. You're the regulated team. You have to play in the XFL or USFL with your team that year.
Wow.
Honestly, it could be good for quarterbacks because they won't be getting killed as much.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Because poor Bryce Young, I feel bad for the guy. Doesn't have a wide receiver one, doesn't have an offensive line, doesn't have a running game. How do you expect for, this guy to be successful?
No. And you see it, right? CJ Stroud has been impressive. Right? Anthony Richardson when he's upright can be.
They got lines. Yeah, because they have lines and wide receivers.
Right.
It's weird when you actually have like things in place to be able to draft a quarterback. Like the Texans went out and spent a shit ton of money. Chiefs and Dolphins November 5th in Germany. Thank you, Adam.
Oh,
like
nice.
it's and this is why another NFL topic. I think the system is broken for drafting quarterbacks in the top three. Let's normalize protecting quarterbacks. Normalize getting an offense before you get your quarterback, because your quarterback will not survive if he doesn't have an offensive line or weapons to throw to. Poor Bryce Young is the next David Carr. All the talent in the world gets smashed around like it's his job and has no one to throw the fucking ball to.
It's a shame. It really is.
Like, I don't think the kid sucks. It's just you're looking at him and you see how bad that team is, and you're like, man.
He's just getting fucking murdered.
Yeah, he's just getting fucking killed. And he's just his number one target, who I called this all season, is going to be Adam Thielen, and it is Adam Thielen. Motherfucker's like 35 years old.
Right.
Like,
yeah, you're not wrong.
You ain't got time to throw the ball deep when there's fucking 6 guys on your back at any moment. Miles Sanders, thank you for securing the bag, bro, because you're fucking useless.
Oh, he's getting basically outplayed by Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
But good for him. He's getting paid. He went there and got a bag.
He'll get caught. He'll get caught. Watch. I guarantee he's going to get caught. They're going to eat that. They're going to eat that signing bonus and just be like, bro, you are not it. You're not it. And then he'll go somewhere else and be not it. Like Miles Sanders, you should literally send the Eagles offensive line Rolexes, cars, whatever, for them making you a Pro Bowler, because all the dancing and bullshit that you did last year, how you made it a Pro Bowler, it's like, yes, it's fantastic, but man, you didn't deserve that. You did not deserve all that money. You just are stealing from the Panthers. But good for you. Secured the bag. Secured the bag.
Good job. All right, Rich. Final thoughts.
Oh, man. Final thoughts. What do I got for you? Just some fun stuff. Halloween's coming. I'm excited. Spooky season, bitches. It's we got pumpkin spice lattes. We got Uggs. We're just having a good time. Sweater weather is approaching because next week's apparently going to be very, very cold. All things I'm looking forward to. Do's and don'ts on Halloween. Do not be the house that gives out pretzels. Jamie, I know you're listening upstairs. We're not being the house that gives out pretzels because that is the house that you get TP'd next year. Trust me, we've been there.
The kids are paying attention.
Rule number 2, do not be the house that individually wraps candy corns. The proper way to eat candy corns is to be thrown in the trash.
That one.
In the trash.
It's a long drive.
It's a long drive. And also, you're going to be marked down as the weird people who break open bags of candy, separate them, put them in little bags, touch them, and then give them to children. Not a good look for you, 78-year-old divorced woman with 8 cats. Rule number 3, if you don't want people knocking on your door, turn the lights out all the way, and people will not knock on your door. Rule number 4, do not give out Bibles or pennies. They are both worthless. I can't sell a Bible, and I can't do shit with pennies. They're not even made out of copper anymore. Do not put those in my kid's bag.
You're better off melting those things.
You are. And rule number 6, if you are home, have some drinks for the adults. The adults are going out there, hanging out with their kids, have a little adult cooler. Be the cool family that gives out the hugs or the sodas or the juice boxes. Because you know what? They're practical. You get thirsty, you don't carry stuff. That's always an awesome thing to give out. And, just be kind and respectful to the people who are giving you candy and teach your kid manners. That's my Halloween do's and don'ts. And don't be my buddy's sister who narked on us back in high school because we were at a party and there was a kid that was drunk. We didn't even like the kid. And then I couldn't talk to my friend for a few months, had to apologize to his mom, was not happy on apologize for something I didn't have to do, and then move in down the street from me. Because guess whose house is getting TP'd? Kim, I'm coming for you. You fucked up.
I love it. Rich, at some point when we get a little closer, we'll have to do some Halloween candies.
Candies?
We'll have to do a candy list and we'll do a movie list again.
Adam, that's awesome. Good idea. Hot dogs and beer for the adults. That's awesome. That guy is a winner. That guy's cool.
That's elite right there. Right. If you're I remember when the kids were little, when we had the
shout out to that guy.
When we still had one of them in the stroller, we would have the cooler in the bottom of the stroller. And it was like any dad that I saw that was walking around, just tossing one. They understand the pain. They know what's going on. It's that's always a good go-to. But the hot dogs getting the grill out.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I got one rule. Just don't be an asshole. Don't be the adult that puts on the Michael Myers mask and scares the little kids. Because we had one year where we were walking the kids around, and there was a dude that would literally just randomly walk out into the middle of the street and walk up to people and stand 2 inches from their face. And I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm kicking dude in the dick. I'm just kicking him in the dick. And I'll be like, sorry, bro. It was bound to happen to you. And I'm just happy it was me.
Yeah. Listen, Rich, final thoughts tonight for me. It's today, October 10th, is World Mental Health Day.
Beautiful.
We've talked a lot about and final thoughts about mental health and mental health awareness. So, go check on your people, go talk to your people, make sure you're checking in with them. it's a super important thing, especially as adults, as male adults.
Mhm.
That ability to be able to communicate that to whoever, if it's your partner, if it's your wife, it's your girlfriend, whatever. But make sure you're communicating. Make sure you're reaching out to your people, because it's a really important thing to make sure that your mental health. You can't if you're not taking care of that stuff, it makes it really hard to take care of all the everyday stuff. So,
Agreed.
Go celebrate mental health awareness.
Hell
Adam,
yeah. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate you, my brother.
Rich,
Guys, nope, you got to say it.
if you got to take us home.
I got to take us home because you stuck around, you fucked around, you found out. I'm Rich. That's Don. We are Drunk on Broad. Join us whenever we pop on, because it's sporadic, it's random, but we have a good time because you know why? It's fighting season. Let's go. Come on, boys. Pull it out for us. We're coming back home tomorrow. Let's get it done. But first, fuck the Cowboys. Fuck John.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Big fuck you to the fucking
Big
Cowboys.
fuck you to the Cowboys.
They earned
Fuck
that
them.
shit this week.
They totally earned it. They totally earned it. Fuck John Gannon. Fuck Spike Eskin. Fuck Ben Simmons. Fuck Deshaun Watson. Fuck Davion Taylor. Just because I haven't said his name in a few weeks, and it makes me happy. But we're Drunk on Broad. Thanks for joining us. Always a good time. Catch us next week. Hopefully Coach Trav comes back and chucks us up some fantasy stuff, and hopefully Joe or Jason will be joining us as well. Well, Philly, we love you. Go Birds. Go Phillies.
Go Birds.
Said.
Hey, listen to this guy. Tell me how you're feeling here. You're screaming.
I am stoked, baby.
You're screaming like it's still the game going on.
We're talking about the fightings here. The fightings. Said.
This is the Broad Street Line, where Philly sports fans leave all of their sports hot takes. Call 267-405-3062 and show us your passion for Philly sports. Don't forget to tune in every Wednesday at 8:30 when we listen to your live reactions to the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.